Welcome to Daily Armour. Today we're going to be in Psalms 86, looking at verse number 13. Psalms 86, looking at verse number 13. And it says, "For great is thy mercy toward me, and thou hast delivered my soul from the lowest hell." Great is thy mercy toward me. My previous devotion was about great is thy goodness. Today's devotion is great is thy mercy. The next devotion will be great is thy faithfulness. Started out in search of the address for great is thy faithfulness and found it in the book of Lamentations. And in looking up where the address was, I came across these other verses and thought how wonderful it would be to put them together in a little collection. Because when we were talking about how great anybody is, you can't get any greater than talking about the great I am. And that's what we're talking about today, is how great God is and how great he has been and how great he is presently right now. And knowing all of that from our previous and what's going on now, then we know that no matter what comes in our futures, that he's still going to be the great I am. He is still great. And when I look at this greatness, when I was looking it up in the Bible dictionary, and it said that it meant elder, I thought, well, that's makes me think of wisdom. Whenever the next word was exceeding, and that makes me think of that I am, the great I am. He when Moses asked, "Who am I going to say has sent me?" He says, "You tell him the great I am." And God saying that I am, and you can put anything after it. He's I am worthy, I am faithful, I am your supply, I am your salvation, I am anything, and I am your creator. I'm your constant, your that you can hold on to, that's always going to be consistent. I'm consistent. He is everything that we need, all wrapped up in one little phrase. I am. And he is everything that we could ever need and want. When we think about the great, it also said that it meant large in magnitude and extent. It means that we cannot put him in a bottle. We can't put him in, we can't wrap our minds around how wonderful he is and how great he is. It's beyond our capabilities to do that. But we can recognize that he is great, and we can say and share with others that God is so great. He is so good. And yes, bad things happen. Yes, there's things we don't understand. That does not mean that God is not great. It just means that even in the midst of all of that, that he is still great. And here we're talking about, for great is what? Is thy mercy. That's the Lord's mercy. His mercy. And my mercy sometimes fails and falters. My kindness sometimes, may be limited, but his has no limits. His mercy has no limits. And no matter what you've done, no matter what I've done, no matter what has went on in the past, no matter what's going on even in my present, he is so great and so faithful with his mercy toward me. I have experienced it time and time and time again. And it says, "And thou hast delivered my soul from the lowest hell." When I think about his mercy, I immediately, before I even read the rest of that verse, I immediately went to the day that I got saved and how he was showing his mercy by offering me salvation, by letting me know that I was lost and undone without him, and that I needed to be saved, that I believed about Jesus in my head, but I did not know him personally in my heart. I had not accepted him as that penalty for my sins. I had not accepted that free gift. I believed in my head, intellectually, I knew a lot of things about him, but I had never met him. And so that Monday night that the Lord saved me, I actually met the Savior, and he came to live within my heart, and he's been there ever since. Now I mess up along the way, but he has always been faithful, and his mercy continues to be great. The longer that I serve him, the better it gets. The more that I know about him, the more I want to know about him. The more that life sends you troubles and trials, the more that I find out, man, he is just so merciful. Merciful. What does that word mean? It means he's giving me favor when I don't deserve it. He is offering me something that I don't deserve. His goodness is just abounding, greater than the worst things that I have ever done. His goodness is so much better. His goodness is so much bigger. It is great. That mercy is when he does something, those deeds that he does, those things that he does for you or with you or to you or about you and about me. Whenever he saved me, that was his mercy saving me. That kindness. And it also means faithfulness. When I read that, I was thinking about he is faithful to me no matter what the circumstances have been in my life so far. And there's been many different kinds. And they have brought me low and brought me down, but he has been faithful to stand by me, to stand with me, to be there and say, you know what, it's time to get back up and get back to work. And he is so great. And so when we think about his mercy, and it's for everyone. That's why he can say it's for the whosoever's, that when we read John 3:16, and for whosoever, you know, that's who he came for. For God so loved the world that whosoever, that's him showing mercy. No matter if you're a good person, you still need to be saved. No matter if you are the worst of the worst, you still can be saved. Who can be saved? Anybody can. But first they have to see themselves lost. And when we realize that he's showing his mercy instead of judgment, when he is showing his mercy instead of what we deserve, he is doing that for me and he's doing that for you, then we are going to agree with this psalmist and say that for great is thy mercy, and delivered my soul, delivered in our soul. That's I liked how it said in this definition. The King James Bible Dictionary said it meant appetite, and he's definitely changed my appetite. He's definitely delivered my appetite, my soul. That's my body. That's our breath. And it said any breathing creature, our emotion, our mind, our passions. What it means is that's who we are. That's who we are, and he knows who I am, and yet he chose mercy anyway. He knew, how many times I've messed up and how many times I would continue to mess up and get things wrong and go, get things off track. But yet he shows me mercy every time. He's faithful, and I can say he is great. Because of his goodness and because of his mercy toward me. And I hope that you can say that he has shown you great mercy by delivering you from the lowest of hell. If he has, then you're saved and you're secure and you are on your way to heaven one day. But in the meantime, he didn't just say, I'm going to save you and I'll see you in heaven. He says, you know what? I saved you and I'm going to be here along the journey with you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you responsibilities and opportunities, and you're going to be, in the midst of some situations that are going to seem scary, but he says, but I want you to hold to that I am merciful, and that means I'm faithful, and I'm going to be there with you, and no matter what things come our way, great is thy mercy. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again soon.